I tell you what, I don't think I've ever been quite so rushed at the beginning of stream. I hope everybody's doing very, very well today. Welcome along, everybody. Happy May. It is the start of a fresh new month. Welcome into Deadpool, to Gemma Barnes, and to Kanto over on Twitch and YouTube. I hope everyone's doing very, very well today. Oh, what a start to stream. One of those, coding away, and the next thing I know, my alarm goes off saying I'm live in 5 minutes. So I was very much not prepared for time to get away from me. Normally I'm pretty good with timings, but today not so much. Let me take a quick sip of drink before we get started. Today we are going to be running the ALOLAN Vulpix line. It is an absolutely adorable Pokemon. We've called it Kanto after Kanto was so generous last stream. Kami Kiku, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. That is incredibly kind of you. And my alert broke. There we go, I've manually typed it in. So, what a bloody start to stream. They've changed the icon, have you noticed, for memberships? But congratulations to Slime Cage, to Glenn, to Wind of Dragon God rather, Shadow Zorro Gaming, Scarlet Ghost, Biggs Easy E3, to Matthew McCulloch, to Koji Kane, to N64 KFP, and to Ashley Kerry for the memberships. Thank you so much once again, Kamikiku, for the gifted memberships, and welcome in to Chad Northern, to Jason, to Adrian, and to everybody else. If I've missed you in that big wall of green names, unfortunately the text is very small on my screen. So hard to read. Welcome in Carnage as well. I hope you're doing very well today. I was always going to name it after you, Kanto, after you requested the Backport. It's your Backport. It is now available on the website for everybody to download, so trainersquidgy.com, click on the Crystal Backports link. It will take you to the page where you can download it. New feature that's coming in for the Backports, I'm adding in the movesets and where to get Evo Stones or other Evo items if there's some special stuff as well. Also, apologies if you hear any vehicles or loud things outside. I have to have the window open at the moment. We are using the Generation 7 Learn set, so I think the text might still be a little bit too small on that screen. So let's go to the old screen for now. What do I need to get rid of? Because those alerts, I'm going to be getting rid of these alerts. They are doing my head in, these ones that keep on flashing. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. Very underprepared for stream, but then when aren't I? And welcome in, Fakalash. I hope you're doing very well today. So, the moveset's a little bit clearer on this overlay, isn't it? I do just need to change my live split back to the old version so that we can see it properly. There we go. Right. I think we're all set. I'm going to have another sip of drink because it is very warm today. In fact, how hot is it outside at the moment? I've got washing out, so I'm kind of... Oh, it's only 25 at the moment. Got room for more heat. Preparation is definitely very overrated. I actually was in a weird point where I had too much free time before stream, and I got distracted. Right. I think we're ready. Powder Snow, a very good early game. To answer the question, we've got the full Gen 7 Learn set barring one move. I can't quite remember what that one move is, but I know that I wasn't able to backport one specific move. That move is, well, two moves actually, Grudge and Captivate. Because there wasn't the room. I had to get rid of so many moves to get as close as possible to the Gen 7 Learn set. Let's get the timer going, let's get the challenge underway. And we'll see how we go. Should be a fairly easy start having Powder Snow. Super effective against this Hoppip, super effective against Sprout Tower, and super effective against Bugsy Scyther. We can get the Ice Stone pretty much as soon as we've defeated Whitney as well. So, those of you who haven't seen the Backport page, we are going to be evolving via the Ice Stone, and to try and make it fit in with the rest of the Evo Stones in Generation 2, I have added one of those phone call trainers for the Evo Stone. Carnage, congratulations on your Schnappabababble, Cyndaquil and Wooper. Yeah, Quilava's going to be an absolute nightmare. Pokemon Emerald's 20 years old. That's just grim, isn't it? I remember going to Asda to get Pokemon Sapphire. I think it was like £29. I can't remember how I obtained Pokemon Emerald. Yeah, exactly. 20 years ago was 1995. I did love that we got the 5% Hoppip. So that I was able to do that. This is super effective. Please freeze. If we freeze, we're good. If we don't freeze, we're banjaxed. As does a supermarket. So, it used to be owned by Walmart. I don't think it is anymore. We are unfortunately already rolling for status. We don't learn a non-ice type move soon enough to do the grinding. Fire types can get frozen, yep. It makes no sense, but they can get frozen. Call the naval, call the rival triple question mark, and we'll be on our merry way. The fact that I left school nearly 20 years ago is an absolute travesty, honestly. Thinking about time passing. My brain is currently on another planet at the moment. I am still very much settling into stream. We've learnt Raw, aren't we the privileged ones? Those of you, by the way, that did receive a HM Friend membership, please do remember to thank Kamikiku. Congratulations, Clint M007, on your Poochyena, your Wailord, and your Kecleon. Potentially evolving after learning Ice Beam. I've got to be honest, I've done zero prep work for this one because I was too busy creating all the rodents backports yesterday. So yesterday was a very, very backport heavy day. So I have managed to update all of the backports for Plusle through to Togedemaru. So all of those Pika clones are now on the challenge run base, and I've completely redone the learn set for all of them. So they are now very faithful to the original learn sets. Yes, it is supposed to be me. I didn't see your message on the old Twitters, but that drawn person is supposed to be me. A very, very crude version of me, but me nonetheless. Yes, we do have Emolga in. To be fair, I'd rather have an OG Pikachu as well, and that's saying a lot, seeing as I can't stand the Pikachu line. Let's see what you get from your Gen 2 pack, Kanbei. A Gligar, a Schnabel, and a shiny Hoppip. I've not done the Pormo line yet, just because I think it's... What's this move? Ice Shard, Yes, we do want Ice Shard. I've not done that line quite yet. Because it's an evolving... Oh, bloody hell, the bloody... result commands throwing a whinge. Let's try that sentence again, shall we? I've not done Pormo yet because it evolves. So it's kind of different. The same with Morpico. I'm going to do Morpico, Mimikyu, and Pormo all together as one. I love the chat when I stream. It's the entire reason I do it. I love having the company, both on Twitch and YouTube, of just... we get to have a little talk together. Put the world to rights sometimes. Other times we talk about our favourite and least favourite Pokemon. We inevitably have the food talk. I adore the community we've built up over the last 2 and a bit years. Morpico's form changing, because we've already done cast forms form changing, is going to be fairly simple. So hopefully we won't have too many issues there. I think Azumarill can be one. If we want it to be a Pika clone, we can definitely make it be a Pika clone. I do like custard creams. I say I like custard creams. I like about 3/4 of a pack of custard creams once every 3 months or so. You know, we'll give the berry as well. This is Falkner, our first gym leader together, a flying type specialist who leads with Pidgey. Thank you once again, Kamikiko, for the gifted memberships. As you have fallen off the top of the screen, I hope you have a very, very safe fall down from there. We'll get our first badge in 8 minutes and 4 seconds. I can't eat anything like frozen yogurt. I can't eat dairy. I say I can't eat dairy, it's more I shouldn't eat dairy. Because I will have milk chocolate, but anything that's like direct dairy I try to avoid. Why am I getting the Miracle Seed? We have no need for the Miracle Seed. Very heavily lactose intolerant, unfortunately. So, as I mentioned earlier, HM friends, you do have the big routing video already out. Everybody else is going to be out at 2 PM tomorrow. It's the longest video we'll ever see on the channel. It's just shy of 2.5 hours long. I'm taking you through, step by step, how to route Generation 2 challenge runs. So every last little nitty-gritty detail you can think of has been put in that video. There are 69 chapters in total for that one. Am I good at Gen 1 challenge runs? Absolutely not. I am terrible at both Gen 1 and Gen 3. I can just about hold my own in Pokemon Crystal, but you put me in original Kanto or in the remake of Kanto or Hoenn, and I just collapse like a flan in the cupboard. Let's see what you get from your pack. Samake, you get a Poochyena, a Roselia, and a Skitty. Welcome in, Sam. I hope you're doing very well today. Gen 1 is easier in the sense that there's less to think about, but it's harder in the sense that the things that you do have to think about are so much more janky. And congratulations on the Granbull, the Fluffy, and the Maril. Yes, Fairy type is in the game. We should run Fairy type Granbull at some point, but I'm going to be honest with you all. Whenever I've put Granbull up, be it as a video or as a stream, it just does not pull in the viewers. I don't know what it is about the line, but people genuinely seem to hate it. Christ, buckle up, we've got this slowpoke to deal with. Yeah, in Generation 2, Granbull is definitely better as a normal type over a Fairy type. I think a lot of people forget that Snubbull and Granbull were introduced so early. And thank you, Kamikiku, for the off-centered follow. You have made me reach my Twitch follow goal of 3 whole hunge. I tell you what I don't like about Granbull's design. Why does it have skin over its teeth? Normal Fairy would be good for Granbull. Especially because Poison isn't a great attacking type in Gen 2. Pausing the time to catch the HM friends. I think you're very, very spot on there, Fakalash. It's too intimidating to be cute. It's not cute enough to be intimidating. So it's kind of in that unhappy middle ground, isn't it? I've set Hidden Power Fire for Jazz. That's my solution to her. We don't need Hidden Power Ice. Thank you for the tackle, Sam. See, I'm terrified of dogs in real life, so any dog to me is intimidating. Even a teeny tiny little, or what they call chihuahuas. If I could change a Pokemon type, what would I change? Ooh. I'd like to see, and this might be a bit weird because we just ran the type, I want to see a Fighting Ghost Ursaring. Because in Gen 2, Fighting and Ghost are both physical. So I think having a strong Ghost type that can also then beat up Snorlax would be very fun. Hidden Power Ground's a good idea for this line, but the Pokemon we need to be focusing on are mostly very much physical walls, but crap, especially defensive-wise. I could see a fighting Flying Dodrio. It's definitely angry enough. Flabebe definitely, at least when you get to Floette and Florges, should be Grass Fairy. Let's do full trainers in this gym because this one's got a Paris and it should go down in 1. It went down in 1. Potion and give another berry. And this is Bugsy. Bug-type specialist, would you believe, with that name? Leads with Metapod, will Powder Snow. And we froze the Scyther. There we go. I could definitely see the case for Flygon being Bug, but at the same time I like it not being Bug. Psychic Flying for Noctowl makes perfect sense. Grass Fire for a regional, at the very least, Blossom would be very interesting. There we go. We got lucky. This Quilava's now a sitting squirrel, hedgehog, something like that. It's not a duck. Which is that the rival's got every right to be annoyed. I could definitely see a Grass Fire Blossom though. I'm thinking some kind of hula Blossom with a little skirt. I did reuse another repel, that's good to know. Yes, Quilava is not a duck. I'm glad we're learning today. Everything's a duck when you don't have your glasses on. Very fair, honestly. Oh, Hypno as Dark Psychic would make a lot of sense, considering its dex entries. Let's grab our Abra. What would a fire duck look like? Magmar. I think I can hear myself back, you know. Just bear with a second. Yes, I thought something's been off all stream. I've been hearing myself back. But like 5% volume. To be fair, a lot of people forget about Magmar. Let's take the heal in here. Let's grab the bike. And let's go and pick up Kenya. I'd love to see a place like Greece represented. Oh, you absolute cow. Because Greece has a healthy mix of a lot of mainland, a lot of mountainous land. And it has a lot of islands as well. Yeah, changing the typing of the infinite amount of bug flying types we have would be a very good idea. Reset counter's going to be one off because I didn't miss Juggler Irwin. Feint attack is going to be very, very useful. Let's have a little chat with Floria, and now we're not going to go straight back to Goldenrod. Instead, we're going to have a chance with our friend Bugcatcher Arnie. And we're going to get Arnie's number. Because Arnie has been programmed in this to work just like the other stone trainers. So Arnie will have the chance of giving us a phone call to give us a stone to evolve our Vulpix. I didn't pick up the Quickie C, for goodness sakes. I would like to see their take on a place like New Zealand. Somewhere that's still an island country, but it's made up of multiple islands. I always thought at a smaller scale, somewhere like Malta with Gozo would work as well. I have a feeling this battle may be a little bit tough. We'll see how it goes. Yes, the answer is it's very tough. Clefairy? Have you thought about not? Let's take on some extra battles. Very much big cow problems at the moment. There's the freeze we wanted on the cow. There's the other freeze we wanted on the cow. Might as well take on Beauty Victoria as well, make her not feel left out. With her triple centret. Right, we're going to give you another go, Whitney. Full health of the mill tank this time. And we freeze it. There we go. $23.47 for the playing badge. To be fair, with the fairly remarkable temperatures we're seeing in the UK at the moment, definitely could take being frozen. Even for me, somebody who loves the heat, the fact that it's so early on in the year fills me with a little bit of dread. Yes, Ice Stone for the Evo. We might as well get our base in Ekritique. And then we'll do the mom trick. We don't have air conditioners in the UK, or at least I don't. If you would like to contribute towards the Squidgy Gets an Air Conditioner Fund, then please come to your senses. We do have a phone number, we're just getting very unlucky with the mom trick. That call's wrong, it's supposed to be a custom message. I'll need to fix that. That's pulling from Birdkeeper Jose's message at the moment. There we go. So now we have the Ice Fund. The Ice Fund? The Ice Stone. Kanbei, what the hell are you doing? Thank you so much for the £5 super chat. Towards the electric bill fund. Goodness me. I've not had to have the fan on yet today, so it's not that bad. We're going to hold on to the Ice Stone for a little bit, by the way. Because I don't think we're going to get too far without Ice Beam, honestly. Yeah, that message was just a case of me probably inputting the wrong number into the table. We're in a weird situation in the UK where we need air conditioning like 3 or 4 weeks of the year. So it's just never seemed worth it to most people. Our houses are also built to retain heat. Hex works on the enemy having a status condition, doesn't it? Welcome in, D1. I hope you're doing very well today. So with us having higher special attack than physical attack to begin with, and with Hex only being 65 power without its doubling, we might as well just keep phase attack because it can never miss. I tell you what, the first few days of the month and the last few days of the month are always a little bit all over the place, aren't they? So much to do. So many bills to pay. So many people to call to pay said bills. So many options for fast food. I wish you the best of luck, Gemma, on getting your extra Pour me and Pour Mot? Pour Mot? Pour Mo? I had KFC once last month and felt ill afterwards, so I've kind of got off my KFC a little bit at the moment. Welcome in, Paul. I hope you're doing well. That is a very good point. What is the plural of poor me? My favourite Pokemon, still the ALOLAN Rattata, although Ursaring is a very close second. Or how many favourites do I have is the question. I need to learn to read. Oh. Too many is the honest answer. You absolute scam artist. Can we all send our very strongly worded messages of disapproval to Lastana here? No, turn... Bugger off. Thank you. Rotten cowing tart. The absolute cheek of Lastana causing a reset. Let's take it out on Derek and Ruth's rats. I'd like to see any of the Pokemon that have had nothing since Gen 1 get something extra. Like, give Beedrill something. No, actually, it had a Mega, didn't it? Ignore that one. Give Fearow something. Give Venomoth something. Hell, even give Chinchou and Lantern from Gen 2 something. I mean, let's not go too far with Psyduck. Why would you need to mess with perfection? Butterfree at least got its Gigantomega Huge Max form in Gen 8 for all of one game, before Game Freak decided they'll do what they always do and forget about mechanics they've added. Gigantamax Kingler was so out of left field, but I'm very glad it exists. Let's see how we got on here at Rival 3. Ooh, that was close, but we did just about get through. Parasects could definitely do with something. I think it is about time we started seeing some attention towards Gen 3 again. Susan definitely needs something as well. I think it just shows, with the HM friends all being Gen 1, it just shows that they didn't really distribute the Gen 2 Pokemon so well. Because we could have had Paris. Not Paris, Marill rather. As opposed to Psyduck. Marill would perform the exact same function. I mean, we do have the Shuckalite ROM hack on the website. Welcome in, Quill. I hope you're doing very well today. I'm very confused. I'm just pausing the timer for a second. Why is Extrasensory missing? I am so confused. Because Extrasensory missed multiple times in a row and we didn't have an accuracy drop. Data moves. Oh, that'll be why. Timer, cease. You've been up all night and you're about to sleep. I hope you get a very restful sleep, Quill. Turns out there's a slight bug with Extrasensory. That being that I put its power the same as its accuracy. So it was 80% accurate. So we'll just wait for that to remake. I'll also repatch at the same time. And get that updated patch on the website. If you are playing along, don't worry, the patch will be completely compatible. You'll just need to patch a clean version of Crystal again. So I'll do it all in one. It should only take about a minute or so from now until we're back in the game. Do that, and that. Just very quickly test with Morty again. Yep, that's working now. Fog badge reacquired. I will save, and now all I need to do is open up this, do that, click on yes. And the backport is now updated on the website. I love how easy it is on my new website. Would 100 men beats one gorilla? It all depends on what the 100 men have. And what the gorilla has. Because if it's a gorilla with a flamethrower, you stand no chance. But if it's 100 men with flamethrowers, then you do stand a chance. Gorilla with Flamethrower does sound like a good band name, to be fair. There we go, we've got the secret potion now. That's, although we did have it in our bag earlier, that's how we got 5 80% accurate moves to hit in a row. No weapons, full brawl. Gotta be honest, the gorilla would probably win. I really don't know what they were thinking with the elemental monkeys, and the answer is probably they weren't. I very much subscribe to the theory that they are rejected starters. The thing with that question, because I've seen it all over Twitter that I don't get, is why would we want a gorilla to be fighting somebody in the first place? Just seems mean. Dynamic punch missed twice in a row. Sucks to be you, Chuck. Call me soft or whatever, but I just don't think that we should be fighting anything, really. I'm very much pacifist, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise. The difference with this dogfighting video game is that it's not real. You know what, I think it's actually going to be easier to take on Jazz before even thinking about the Gyarados. My theory is, for why the elemental monkeys are so unpopular, is because they were thrust upon you in Gen 5. Oh, if only we had bloody freeze dry. This is my favourite ice type move. Which run was it? It was bloody hell. Which run was it? It was around Christmas-ish that one of them we got so lucky with the freezes. Now I'm using the wrong bloody move. Hidden Power Fire, get up there. Arctivish, that was it. Where we just ostensibly froze everything in the league. Or was it Iron Bundle? It was one of the two. Right, we are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Hasn't happened for a while, actually. We need to get ourselves 1.5 levels. Then we'll evolve, and then we'll be fine. And I happen to know there are 2 trainers here that are very weak to ice. So we'll use extra sensory. It doesn't matter if we're double weak to Iron Tail, it's only a 75% accurate move. We need the higher damage output. You know what, Dana? I'm getting revenge. Freeze your sheep. Headbutt your duck. Do whatever it is that extra sensory does to that fish. Sorry, Nidorina. You're getting ignited. Oh, what's a shame, Shane. Didn't work out for you. Benjamin, headbutt the mole. Freeze the sentient rock with arms. Probably should have put a censored image over that. Ice beam, yes please, in my face, right about now. Well, not literally in my face. That'd be cold. Ice Stone. Kanbei's evolving. There's our Ninetales. Jazz, we're back. Please don't mention viewer numbers when I'm live. It's one of those I try not to ever look at my numbers when I'm live. It can be a little bit distracting for me. Steelix, look over there, there's a badger with a gun. Nope, that didn't work. Boo! Scare the Steelix. Nope, that didn't work either. I think I can hear my cat at the kitchen door. So I might need to take a break after this. Iron Tail is suddenly 100% accurate. Oh, your mum, Steelix. That's all I've got to say at this point. Just your mum. Please don't backseat. Oh my friggin' god. Jazz, I hope your tits fester, honestly. I can't remember the last time we've had this such bad luck with Iron Tail. I keep reseeding the RNG by moving around. I'm gonna leave the room and come back. Iron Tail is the new Swift. I think she's chugged all the secret potion and the extra potion and any other potion lying around. This should have been like a 3 reset max. And I'm too stubborn now to go back to the Gyarados. And she crit. And I accidentally save stated. Oh no. My PC has just magnified. Turn magnifier off. How do I do that? Jeez, that was scary. Quick menu. Undo save state. I appreciate the timer's going haywire at this point. Why the hell did the magnifier come up? Let's try that again. It's one of those days, isn't it? It missed! Hallelujah, we're going to take a very quick break there. Because my god, do we need it. We won't take our break before Radio Tower. We'll take a very quick break now. Because, honestly, I don't know what's happening today, but there's something in the air, isn't there? I'll be back in 3 minutes' time. And we are back. That's the wrong overlay. That's also the wrong overlay. That's the correct overlay. There we go. Thank you so much for your patience there. We'll unpause the timer. We'll go to the Lake of Rage. And we'll hopefully have a much better time of it now. That's the aim, anyway. So we've got a bunch of rocket stuff to deal with now. I have been thinking about trying to get some of the diverging gender Pokemon in. Which is what Carnage has said over on Switch. The male Gyarados with the female whiskers. I am thinking about trying to get something like Unpheasant in. With its two different forms depending on gender. I think that would be a fun little coding challenge. I had the fun of doing Togedemaru's learnt set yesterday, which has 3 tricky moves. I've got Fell Stinger working like it should in Gen 7 now. Magnet Rise, which was all kinds of complex. And then there was another one whose name I've forgotten. Lady Wobbuffet's another one we could do. There was another tricky move for Togedemaru. But I did manage to get them all in, thank goodness. There's our first password. Yep, Spiky Shield was the other one. And of course, most of the rodents also learn Charge, which is an absolute pain in the bum to get in as well. Did that car come through then? I hope it didn't. I did mention at the top of stream, I'm having to have the window open. It's too hot today. If we get a summer like last year, I might have to go to overnight streams again. Not like last year, like a couple of years ago, I might have to go to overnight streams just so that my PC doesn't fully overheat. Although my first ever challenge run video was recorded during one of the heat waves of 2022. I remember doing the voiceover in like 10-minute chunks, then sprawling in front of the fan for 10 minutes, and then coming back and doing the next part of the voiceover. I mean, the first long-range forecasts are out for the summer, and it's showing a NAO plus pattern, which ostensibly means it could potentially have some very warm and very dry periods in it, so no real change from the status quo over the next 3 months. Obviously, there's going to be wet and cool periods in that. But that is the prevailing pattern for the weather at the moment in the UK. It is a random Pokemon trainer with an ice types. 4912 for the Glacier badge. There is something I need to do to get my life stats working again. Just need to see what type is being pulled for the Type 2. Battle your Pokemon. I'll have to find out in our next battle. Thing with the fairy type is Game Hook does throw a little bit of a whinge, and then that throws the overlay off. I am very tempted by air conditioning, honestly. Especially because my dehumidifier in my bedroom, because I live in a fairly old house. So damp is a real issue. So I need to keep the dehumidifier running 24/7. Otherwise the humidity upstairs can get into the high 60s, low 70s, which is very conducive to black mold. I'm pausing the timer now as well because I think we've made up that time where the timer was running accidentally. I was trying to get it back in sync, and I reckon now is about the time where it is back in sync. I don't know the exact date on my house, but I think it's late 1700s, early 1800s. The house I grew up in was built, I think, 1953 as well. It's an old fire station house. What type is being pulled through then? Type 2 is 1C. So I just need to add here 1C, Fairy. And then with any luck, reloading the mapper should get our live stats back into play. Welcome in, Dr. Chops. I hope you're doing well. I've resigned myself to never being able to get on the property ladder. Honestly. Unless by some miracle I get several viral YouTube videos in a row and my channel expands from the 7,000 odd that I've got now to like 700,000. Because even up here in the north, houses are so goddamn expensive. I feel like Alolan Ninetales can do a lot better than its performance today, but it is a very good Pokemon. It's just had some very, very terrible luck. It's one of those, housing is expensive pretty much everywhere now. But it is what it is, and we all have to make do, unfortunately. Wrong move. I want to try and find a way to make Pichu viable. Out of all the runs I've done, Pichu feels like the one with the most unfinished business. That place you've just mentioned, Oddish, is possibly my least favourite. I'm loath to even call it a town. My least favourite place on the entire goddamn planet. There are incidents that's happened there that do not get spoken about. There is a story there, but if I tell it, I'm going to get demonetized. Yanma is one of the rarest in Gen 2, to be fair. Does the light ball work with Pichu? For the mascot of the series, Pikachu is far, far too weak. I know that breeding with a light ball gives you Volt Tackle in Gen 3, doesn't it? Why do we have so much crap in the bag? We don't need that anymore. Volt Tackle's recoil, isn't it? Sell the charcoal. Sell the nuggets. And then we'll buy 4 calcium, 2 iron, 2 protein. Annoyingly, from a challenge running point of view, Pikachu's speed stat makes it so awful to go up against. I do like that The Simpsons made their characters yellow, so that when you're flicking through the TV, they stand out. One 1-2-1-2 is the answer to this, as always. I do love metronome as a move. And finally, we have a place where we're going to have the type advantage. We'll use Dazzle Gleam. At least in the early part. And this is Claire. That Ice Beam did a lot more than I was expecting it to do. I thought we'd need to do the old one too. To get us out of Healing Loop. Shows what I know. move Ice Beam back to top spot now. At the moment, free time's very much at a premium. But generally when I play games, I like platformers, battle royales, such as Fortnite, because I'm just that much of a degenerate. Enjoy Mario games from time to time. And a lot of, like, really, really awful simulator games. Oh, bum, we're out of calcium room. Apparently my Twitch lurk command's broken. We might as well take on Joyce, because otherwise we'll get hit by her anyway. I've never really got into MMOs. I always felt a little too awkward to play them. That's the other point. I definitely didn't have enough friends to play MMOs. That's why I like Minecraft so much. One of my favourite games of recent-ish years was Super Mario 35. You absolute weirdo freak. Swapping like that. Mario 35 was fantastic, wasn't it? I was gutted it was only around for 6 months. We will now say thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, merci to Paris, and the biggest thank you of all, of course, goes to you wonderful green names in the chat. We'll get our full restores. Swaps and never met ice. And we're just going to go straight into the league, I reckon. 3D All-Stars was such a letdown. Like, they put if they were going to make Mario 64 have a re-release, they could have at least given us the one with the backwards lock jumps in. Are we going to get Protect stalled? 2 challenges in a row. No. No, we're not. Yeah, those game cards are very much e-waste. Yeah, we already have Ice Beam. Thank goodness. I mean, look at BDSP's physical release. Thank goodness we one-shot the Gengar there. BDSP, I believe, if you don't update it online, and this could be misinformation, I've not verified it myself, but I'm fairly certain that if you play BDSP without updating it online, you don't get the post-game area. Should one-shot Aerodactyl and then we should be absolutely fine. We've got 3 Pokemon 4 times a week coming up. I mean, the Zard wouldn't have been able to do too much because the rain was up, but it was still a very, very nice freeze in terms of safety. I reckon we're going to get Unova remakes probably 2028, 2029 at the earliest. 110.45 through the league. Now I am very curious actually. What was, and it's not a fair comparison because the Ninetales run was done off stream, but what was original Ninetales' time for Lance? Ninetales got a lot worse than ALOLAN Ninetales. Ninetales, the original, was 120.44 through Lance. Now, I do just need to take a very quick break again. I need a stretch. I am cramping quite hard, which is why I was quiet through the league. So, I shall be back in just a couple of moments. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. We're resuming outside our home in Newbark Town. Skips through the rest of the credits. We'll get the SS tickets and we'll be on our merry ways to Kanto. I think we'll be teaching Return on our next venture. Into the menu. I think Headbutt served its purpose now. So we'll welcome back Kenya, Abra, Cider, and Paris. I have also noticed we are missing a rare candy, so I'm just going to have a very quick check down here, because I have a feeling it's down here. I generally don't take requests for specific backports on their own, but I can definitely have a look at Skuntank. Not so much Grumpig at the moment, because I'm not quite sure what I'd be able to make unique out of Grumpig. But I can definitely have a look at Skuntank at some point in the near future. And by near future, I mean by the end of the year, honestly. If somebody in my Discord could just drop a message in general chat or in like a ROM hacking section if you've got access, marking down Skuntank, I will definitely take a look at it. Because I think Poison Dart could be a very interesting type combo. You might need to be a little bit more specific than the 3+2 boosting move. My brain is drawing a blank. Thank you, D1. I'm going to blame the heat. It's too warm to think. Those of you who aren't in the UK... Ah, nasty plot, Gen 1 Amnesia. Very, very, very good point, actually. Those of you who aren't in the UK, we're experiencing almost record-breaking temperatures for the time of year. And it's come off a fairly coolish period as well. It's like the last 3 or 4 days, the heat has just built and built and built. To a point where we're running about 12, 13 degrees Celsius, so... call it 20-ish Fahrenheit above where we should be for the time of year. And I'm stereotyping us Brits here, but most of us can't handle the heat. Let's beat up Surge. See, if the heat builds up slowly, like over the course of a couple of months, I'm very good at acclimatizing. But that first day heat, or like this week where it's just come out of nowhere, it's not pleasant. Last night was so sticky and warm. I had the fan on and the window open. But my bedroom's east facing. And as soon as the sun came up, there was heat in it. Because you've got to think the sun at this time of year is as strong as it is towards the middle of August. So the sun is packing a real punch at this time of year. It's just generally you get the higher temperatures in August because the ocean has had a chance to heat up. I had the choice of either east or west facing bedroom. Well, I chose east facing because most of the time back when I moved in here I was awake through the night anyway. so I didn't want the sunset coming in the window and waking me up. So I was coming off the back of working a lot of nights. And the amount of effort it would take to change rooms at this point is not worth it. Right, Janine is a poison type specialist. She's got the type advantage over us, but she's just a bit crap, isn't she? I think one of the next things I want to do is try and incorporate auto-splitting into the challenges. Because the splits have been a little bit all over the place today. Because we're surrounded by ocean in the UK, a lot of the issue with our heat is it's not a very dry heat most of the time. There's always a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. Just by virtue of being surrounded by water. So it's a very oppressive heat. Then at least we don't have to worry about some of the more dangerous weather phenomena. We may get fairly high temperatures and nasty feeling temperatures, but we don't have to worry about anything like incredibly strong blizzards in winter, tropical storms in summer. I mean, that part of the world is a desert, isn't it, pretty much? Anywhere from Nevada through to California. Generally, you find wet deserts on the western side of land masses anyway, and even though it's not close to the equator, it's still within the tropics, so you're gonna get warm weather there. Sometimes warm becomes hot, and then sometimes hot becomes you might as well be boiling. That is very true. It's only because of air conditioning that a lot of places, not just in the US but in the world in general, are habitable. We should all feel very privileged that we get to do Nugget Bridge. I'm not as familiar with my South American geography as I should be. But anywhere where there's a large landmass and a lot of heat, you're less likely to get the more temperate or tropical rainforesty type climates. I prefer desert to desert as well. Trouble is there aren't that many desserts I can have. Oh, I could make an apple pie. Oh, but I don't have Bramley apples in. Sorry, this is completely irrelevant to the run. I'm now just thinking of what I could bake when it's slightly less stiflingly hot. I am very much a traditionalist when it comes to baking. Everything from scratch. I was thinking that was kind of high damage for the Lapras there, but it was a crit. I do feel glad that, even though the... Did we not dip into the Pokemon Center? Jesus. It's only half joking, clearly, about my brain being too warm to function. This is my brain on hot weather and... Do you mind? Not having that time to really think about what I'm doing before stream because I was running so late. We've been due one of these streams though where like I'm just not on form playing. But then the fact that this is me not on form playing, and we're about halfway through Kanto now, under 130, just shows the improvements we've made over the last couple of years. Because if this run was done at the same time as Vulpix's original run, we'd be talking about top 10. If we had Freeze Dry and a slightly stronger Fire-type move, this would be a very, very easy challenge. Returning original position would be a very good idea, actually. Do you know the real shame about Nasty Plot? It's in the game. I backported it. But even if we started as ALOLAN Ninetales, we would never access that move because of the move order. Once I have stopped exactly on the Pokegear, and then I threw myself so much by stopping exactly on the Pokegear that I then went off the Pokegear. The Pokeflute channel. Can somebody remind me after we've beaten up Red to go to Blackthorn City before we pick up before we return Kenya, please? That's Macargo down. That's the Bumhead Fireduck down. And we crit the Ninetales. What is it with Kanto and ledges? Let's take on blue. We got burnt. So we'll freeze it. This Arcanine could be a little bit of a problem, you know. Yeah, I know what we'll do. We'll find the correct floor. Stick on one of those. Sometimes you've got to work with the weather, and it works out really nice. Thank you for the Blackthorn City reminder. We'll do that after red. And that is blue defeated. See, all that weather talk is probably what got Rain Dance into my head. Super Repel for this bit here. Not doing the ledge loop today. I hope we saw Oak, otherwise we're illegally accessing Mount Silver. Get the moves into a sensible order, and we'll see how this goes. This is, of course, Red, final trainer of the challenge, and he leads with Pikachu. There are no current plans for the ALOLAN Sandshrew line, no. The reason we're doing this is because Kanbei was very, very kind with a super chat. And so Kanbei got to request a backport. But never say never. There will come a point where we do ALOLAN Sandshrew. I believe it has the lowest special attack of any ice type. It's not a bad Pokemon either. This ALOLAN NINETALES. You've just got to play it right. And I think it's one of those, it takes a few runs to play it well, if that makes sense. Shouldn't be a range now at 70. Hopefully. Maybe. Question mark. Who knows? Consistent two-shot range would be the dream for Zard. We'll find out on this reset. I'm not going to do Rain Dance because I want to try and find out figures. Possibly. I reckon its range is probably something like 49%. So the high 50s, that's the wrong move. We ain't going to be using Return either now. We just don't have a special move to put in its slot. I was half tempted to pick up Dream Eater. But then if we're at a point where Snorlax is resting, we've got bigger problems than needing Dream Eater, honestly. Let's reseed the RNG. A freeze on the Zard would be perfect. Freeze or crit on the Espeon would also be great. We've frozen the Espeon at least. So that does mean we have slightly better health for the Snorlax. We've frozen it, right, that is good. How much does Return do? Not a lot. But we do have to be careful of our Ice Beam PP. There we go, we're through Snorlax. That Sunny Day is really only just shooting himself in the foot. We win. $134.21. Not a bad time at all. Let's see where that puts us on the leaderboard. 37th place. Not too shabby. In between Gliscor, which I think got 0 resets and Whiscash there. And that was our 54th backport we've done. Jeez. Didn't realise we'd done so many on stream together. And our top 10 currently looks like that. But let's now get back to the overlay. I was kind of hoping 38th for that. So if we go into Blackthorn City now, you can see we have Nasty Plot in the game. We just don't get the chance to use it. I thought Blastoise got a crit as well. I was just hoping that the crit wasn't there. The move reminder already in the challenge run patch, Kanbei. The move reminder is already in. It's just we very rarely see this on camera. But with that, there is one last thing we need to do. We need to return Kenya, as we always do. Thank you so much, Kenya, for the last, call it 100 minutes or so that we've been together. You've been an absolute pleasure to work with, as always. We'll save like we always do in front of Nurse Joy. And now, before leaving you for the day, I do want to say a very, very big thank you to Kamikiku for the 10 gifted memberships and to Kanbei for the £5 super chat. It's been an absolute pleasure over the course of the last couple of hours today. I will be back on Tuesday next week, so because it's a public holiday on Monday next week, I'm not going to be able to be back until Tuesday. We do have the big challenge run routing video out at 2 PM United Kingdom time tomorrow. So if you do want to learn how to challenge run Gen 2, that is the video to watch. It goes into incredible detail. The bad luck with Jasmine definitely hurt, but it balanced itself out with the luck with Rival 2, didn't it? I'm now going to try and code some extra little bits for our leaderboard command so that we can find out initial placement as well. That's going to be my plan for the afternoon. There'll hopefully be another video on Sunday, but I don't know what it'll be or when or what time it'll be out. We'll figure out something for that. For the rest of the weekend, though, and the rest of this week, actually, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you all so much for popping in. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I will catch you all early next week. Now, where is the end screen? There it is. I'll see you all soon.